Chapter 13, Distributing and Promoting Products. So we will talk about distribution and promotions, which are the second part, or the second half of the marketing mix. And here are the learning objectives. There are a lot of them in this chapter. There's another slide with learning objectives. So every marketing channel begins with the producer and ends with either the consumer or the business user. This is what consumer and business distribution channels look like. Sometimes you go directly from the producer to consumers, and other times you have several steps in between. If you buy an Apple computer from an Apple store, you're using producer to consumer channel. Fruits and veggies use producer to retailer to consumer channel, or other perishable items. Soft drinks use producer to wholesaler to retailer to consumer channel. And then seasonal products use producer to agent to wholesaler to retailer to consumer. Heavy machinery uses producer to organizational buyer. Producers must analyze all relevant factors when deciding which distribution channels and intermediaries to use. Suppliers strongly influence what items retail stores carry. Supply chain management encourages cooperation among buyers and sellers. Wholesalers increase distribution efficiency. Wholesalers fall into two categories: merchant wholesalers or agents and brokers. Agents and brokers are functional middlemen. They do not take title to products. Here are the 10 largest U.S. retailers. Retailers are the final link between producers and consumers. There's department stores, discount stores, and then warehouse showrooms, convenience stores, supermarkets, superstores, warehouse clubs, traditional specialty store, off-price retailer, category killer, then there's also types of non-store selling, such as direct selling or direct marketing. And here are all kinds of examples of direct marketing. So shopping centers are designed and promoted to serve diverse groups of customers with widely differing needs. Physical distribution is the movement of the product themselves through the channels of distribution. Usually, inventory management software help companies maintain the correct level of inventory and know when to place orders. So fast, efficient order processing can provide a dramatic competitive edge. Goods are held until they are needed for use or sale. Materials handling attempts to reduce the number of times a product is handled. The greater the distance between the seller and purchaser, the more important the transportation choice is. The next two slides are characteristics of transportation modes. Integrated marketing communications. A major goal of integrated marketing communications is to send a consistent message to customers. So now we're talking about promotion, the promotions part of the marketing mix. Promotion is not limited to business charities, or to businesses. Charities use promotion to inform us about their cause or issue, persuade us to donate, and to remind us to do so. Promotion mix includes advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, and public relations. And we'll talk a little bit about each of these. Depending on its purpose and message, advertising may be classified into one of three groups. So primary demand advertising, selective demand advertising, or institutional advertising. And on the slide, there's examples of each of those. The major steps in developing an advertising campaign. The development of a campaign in any organization includes the following steps in some form. Identify and analyze a target audience, define the advertising objectives, create the advertising platform, determine the advertising appropriation, develop the media plan, create the advertising message, execute the campaign, and evaluate advertising effectiveness. The next 4 slides describe each major media class. First, we have television. I'm sure we all know the commercials on TV or Hulu, Netflix, and direct mail. We, of course, get all of that mail in our mailbox. There's newspapers, which really have this mode of advertising hasn't been as effective and as popular lately. And then there's also radio, and then magazines, and then internet and digital media. So this would be like your Google placement. I don't really want to get into all of those things yet. Just pretty much all the banner ads, different things along those lines. Then outdoor, normally when we're talking about outdoor, we're talking about billboards. And then lastly, we have social media. Here's a list of the top 5 advertisers. So advertising agencies. Some firms will use their own in-house media personnel, or they'll use an outside advertising agency. Many selling situations demand the face-to-face contact and adaptability of personal selling. Normally when I think of personal selling, I think of car salespeople. I mean, there's a lot of other examples of personal selling, but usually that's what I think of. It's normally if you have a person selling to one person or one small group. Because most businesses employ different salespersons to perform different functions, marketing managers must select the kinds of sales personnel that will be most effective. Firms usually need to employ sales personnel from several of these categories. Most salespeople follow this 6-step procedure: prospecting, approaching the prospect, making the presentation, answering objectives, closing the sale, and then following up. A firm's success often hinges on the competent management of its sales force. Sales promotion activities may be used singly or in combination to achieve one goal or a set of goals. Several factors affect a marketer's choice of sales promotion method. I'm sure you've used or heard of most of these sales promotion methods: rebate, coupon, sample, premium, frequent user incentive, point of purchase display, trade show, buying allowance, and cooperative advertising. Organizations use a variety of public relations tools to convey messages and to create images. That is it.